for greatness, I promise perfection. Mama birthed a king, immaculate conception. I survived in the darkness and the shadows of death. And through all that I prospered, they formed every weapon. But I came so thorough, never changed my wardrobe. Took every scar with honor, I was raised in the burrow. Now I'm giving to me from the belly of the beast. I'm just paying respects, I'm just speaking my peace.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Quay, back with another episode of the Quality Time podcast. And on this episode, I have one of my homegirls with me, somebody who I have watched for, since I guess high school, maybe. That's when we first became, friends or whatever. And I watched her growth and just acceleration throughout life and things like that. And all I can say is she out here killing shit right now. Multiple businesses, multiple streams of revenue. She's just laying the blueprint that I think of, for a lot of people, not just women, but men also, of how to, have your hands in a lot of different things, but not overwhelm yourself, and just how to be successful at a young age and how to do things the way you want to do. So without any further ado, I would like to welcome Jasmine Roberts to the episode. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
The first question that I always ask anybody that comes up here, it's a simple question. Who is Jasmine Roberts?
I'm a mom. I have a 10-year-old son. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 5 years. I have different businesses. I have a scrub business. I have a credit repair business. I just started Airbnb hosting. And then I do like post-op care for girls that go to surgery. Like I go with them and take care of them while they're recovering. So it's pretty much a businesswoman, very family oriented. So it's just a lot.
All right. So again, like I said, a woman of many trades, titles, skills, and things like that. So my next question is where did it start? Like what was the first step on this journey or in this process?
So going back, growing up, Mom always made sure, we had a job. We was always supposed to take care of one bill in the house, not be a phone bill. So growing up, we got the responsibility of money, but at the same time, it was, even though you got your own money, Daddy got his money, Mom got her money, everybody just, buying and buying. So growing up, it was like, even though I had my own money, I know I like nice things. So when I graduated high school, I went off to college. I got pregnant with my son, and I came at home, and I was just like, I don't want to live a life where I'm struggling. I got to wait for somebody to help me pay this. Got to wait for somebody to help me pay that. So I decided to go to nursing school. I think my son was 3 at the time. I went to ECPI, so from Goldsboro, it's like maybe an hour and 20-minute drive there and back every day.
Every day.
You couldn't work.
I don't even like driving 15 minutes up the road to work.
Yeah, it was a task. So we was driving there and back. We was going, at that time, we was going 6 days a week, because on Saturdays we was having like clinicals. So it was a lot. And my son, like I said, he was little. So that really opened up my eyes up to just basically be like, okay, you can do this with a little baby. It's not nothing really that you can't do, because like that right there, it broke me, but it made me, because it was just like, I felt so bad that I was always gone. My mama and my grandma took over, basically helping me raise my son, because I was always going to school. So once I got done with that, I was like, okay, it's some good money in it. I like it. But then I got tired of always having to work for somebody else. Like I always had to be here on this day, on this time.
Right.
So my first business, which is my scrub line, that came about.
What is it called?
Scrubs for Us. Mm-hmm. So that came about. I was a nurse probably about 3 years when I started that, and that came from because I used to always buy scrubs. Like I used to spend hundreds of dollars a week because they didn't fit they didn't fit me the way I wanted them to. It was just like, they don't make them to fit women with curves. I ain't gonna say women of color, but women with curves. It's just like, the way they fit, I didn't really like it. So I was like, well, dang, I wish they had, scrubs that could fit, just fit you and make you feel good. So I had took a trip to New York, and they had this big old uniform store. Like, I never seen nothing like it before. I went in the store and they had everything. They had all different designs. I was just like, wow, like, this is crazy. And the person that owned it was a Black lady. So I was like, oh, So I started talking to her, and I was telling her I was a nurse and, how much money I spent on scrubs. And I was just asking her, like, would you be interested in letting me know where you get them, or, your warehouse, where you make them? And she, surprisingly, she is the reason why I started it, because she was like, yeah, like, I don't mind. I got a warehouse, and she really, gave me the door. Like, she opened the door for me. She didn't mind telling me. She told me everything.
That's what's up. Because that's a lot of times that's the hardest part, is somebody can have the information, but like they just not gonna be willing to help and give someone that information. So that's what's up. Salute to her for that.
So, because I was like, when I asked, I was like, yeah, she probably, how people don't really be wanting to give you the blueprint. They don't really want you to. So I was like, I'm just gonna ask her, because it was so much. Like, she had every type of design you could think of, every color. It was so many people in there. So I was like, well, this is, this is good money, because I'm a nurse, but I travel. Like, that's what I do when I work. I travel to different nursing homes. So I'm like, if I go to this nursing home and these many, so in my mind, I'm just like, this is money.
Right.
So she was like, well, if you're serious, it take a little, it take money to get it started. You got to have a plan. So I went to my boyfriend at the time, and I was just like, this is what I want to do. He was like, well, you always coming up with something, but you don't really like sticking with none. So I'm like, no, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, this is where the money at. So he was like, okay, well, come up with a plan. Let me know how much it's going to cost, and let me know what you plan to do. Like, what are you going to do? So I talked to the lady. I was like, well, I got the money, to start. I was like, but he want to know a plan. So she helped me come up with a plan. She put me, like, I was, working with her people. She wasn't the middleman. She wasn't charging me extra. So that's how that started. She still, to this day, like, we still talk, even though, she helped me get where I'm at, and now I'm actually able to help other people. We still talk.
That's what's up. And before we go into one of your other ventures, I know, I don't know, probably I'm gonna just ballpark, probably about a month or so ago, maybe a little bit more than that. I know you had a huge TikTok boom that you posted about, and like when you posted out, I'm on social media, and I was like, yo, that's crazy, insane, like that. Like, because again, like I seen when you first, started, and then it's like now, like, yo, she got people from all over the world, the country placing orders. Like, I love to see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it shows that persistence and that growth of, like, she started where she started, hand to hand, like most people. Right. And now you got, you sending out deliveries and packages. So that was dope to see that, especially off of TikTok.
Yes.
Like, I don't have no TikTok, but that was dope. Like, it made me, I was like, I need to get a TikTok, because that's what's up.
I had just got TikTok, actually, and one of my friends, Sweet Pea, her name's Sweet Pea, and she called me one day. She was like, because she be on TikTok a lot. She got a little girl that's on it. So she was like, yeah, I think you need to try this. And I was like, because I had a TikTok, but I never, like, actually made videos. So I was like, okay. So I came home that day. I had just got off. And I was like, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and try this video while I got somebody here to help me record. So my little cousin was here. We set the light up right in my living room. And she was, I was changing, and it was another girl here, and they was just helping me. Like, we was just stopping it, recording it. And we did it like 3 times because I kept messing up. We kept doing it too early. So I was like, oh my God, it's not that serious. And I'm telling you, like, I posted it that night. And so when I woke up the next day, I was like, I had so many messages and texts. They're like, girl, you on TikTok, like, you viral? I'm like, what? Like, no, like, I just posted, like, I didn't think nothing of it. I just posted the video. And so when I saw it, it was like almost 30K views, and I was like, what in the world? And so like people like literally, it was probably like 3,000 messages. It just went, woo, it just took off like that. Now
that's what's up. That look at God, like that's what's up. Like that's what's up. So, and hopefully it continue to keep taking off. Like re-up and post a new video.
Right.
Like,
so that's what I'm waiting on now. It's right now I'm having trouble because the vendor that we're working with now, they be having a lot going on. So now I'm trying to really find somebody like in the United States that can actually make these uniforms, but it's so hard to do because they want to charge you so much.
Yeah.
Versus, in China, they don't charge you that much, but it's like it's so much stuff with them. So it's like now I'm waiting because I actually end up getting a contract from the TikTok video. So when they make that order, I can't do nothing but give it to the person that ordered it. So it's like I'm still not getting what I need because I need so much. So it's like I'm just trying to wait to see because I think I'm asking them for too much, or I don't know if they're just
Yeah. Well,
so that's the issue.
It's better to have too much and need too much than to not need enough. So I know it'll all work itself out. Another business that I noticed and that I seen you taking control of and pushing and things like that was, and I'm not sure if this was the one that came next. You can let me know. Was the debt and credit business?
Mm-hmm.
That one is like especially in the Black community and things like that. Something that I was like, yeah, that's something that we definitely need. Somebody that we know,
right?
That like I can personally talk to and say, hey, well, this is what's going on.
Right.
You understand this, so
mm-hmm.
How do I do what I don't know how to do? How did you get into the debt and credit business?
So with credit, it came like I said, growing up where they don't really teach us about credit, don't teach us about the response, how to have a responsible credit. Like don't get what you can't pay for. So for me, it was when I graduated nursing school. I was so used to spending somebody else's money. It was just like, I'm getting this money, but I'm spending it. Like I'm spending it like water. So my boyfriend was just like, you spend a lot of money, but you don't know how to maintain it. So, and I was never thinking about credit till I graduated from nursing school, and I wanted a car that I couldn't just buy straight out. Right. So, I'm going there thinking that I'm just going to pick whatever car I want and they're going to give it to me. So I went and they was talking about credit and, this. So I'm like, well, I know I got income for it. And so they pulled my credit and the girl was like, yeah, you got to put like $3,500 down. I was like, wow, that, like, wow, like, I'm going to pay you. Like, I have the income, I'm going to pay you. And they like, no, like, you don't have nothing on your credit that tells us you're going to pay us. All you got is stuff that you didn't pay. so I was just like, well, that's kind of crazy. So I ended up having to put a lot of money down on that car. My payment, and I think the car was no more than like 20,000 maybe. My payment was like almost $700.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, as time was going on, I was like, well, I want something new, like brand new. So I started, Googling ways, to help my credit. So I ended up hiring this guy, and he charged me like $350. And when I tell you he didn't do nothing, he did not do nothing. So I was like, what, I probably could do this myself because I always heard people say, you could do it yourself. So I started getting on YouTube. I fixed mine. I ended up fixing my mom's. I started fixing my family members, just so because I enjoy doing it. Right. So finally I was like, what, I can get certified in this. So I went to a class, I took it, I got certified. And I started, like people around me that wasn't really close, I started charging them, here and there. Then I started getting better and I was like, I am really good at this. Yeah. So I was like, what? That's something else I could do because I actually enjoy doing it. And not only am I fixing your credit, but I'm telling you how to build it and how to keep it, like your credit card use, what to do, what not to do. A lot of people just don't know what not to do because we was never taught that. Right. So I enjoy doing it because when people come texting you, like, I got approved for this, it's like I feel good about helping other people get the things that they deserve in life. So I enjoy doing it too.
Okay, and so like you said, a lot of us, we're not taught like how to deal with credit. Some people don't even begin to even touch their credit until they're older because they have to for certain reasons.
Mm-hmm.
What is like one of the like common mistakes that you see, or some common things that happen that could be an easy fix or a simple fix if people knew about it?
Late payments. A lot of people think that you could just make a late payment and okay, it's okay, I'll pay it later. Those payments stay on your credit for I want to say 2 years. And they can take you from a 700 to a 500 like that. One late payment. I always tell people, if you cannot afford it, or if you get to the point, like for instance, when COVID came, everybody was knocked off.
Right.
Some people was out of work, it was just so much going on. But if you know that you can't make the minimum payment, call them and tell them, like, look, this is going on, please, give me a chance. Let me, I can't make it this day, but if you call and try to work something out, 9 times out of 10, they'll do it, because they see you trying, that you ain't just not paying them and not answering the phone. Right. And then they closing their account and they send it to collection. Just talk to them and let them know, I can't do it this month, but I can, next month I'll double it, or whatever it is, whatever the case is. Just talk to them. Don't just not pay it, because I see a lot of people that, their credit be really good, but it's that them late payments, like they're not, like, that's the worst thing you can do, is make late payments on any accounts that you have that's reported to the credit agencies.
Okay. And one more question about this. What advice would you give someone who may have or may feel like they just have like the worst, just messed up credit? How would you advise them, or some tips you would give them on where to start on trying to like build it back? Say if it's like credit and like loans and things like that.
Mm-hmm. But look at me, honey, look at me, because I'm telling you, growing up, when I got grown and moved out of my mama's house, I had a loan with every person you could think of, just because they was giving it to me. I had credit cards, I had furniture. I done went and got a living room set for one person, a bedroom set for somebody else, a kitchen. It was crazy. And like I said, I did not think that it would affect me until I was like, okay, well, Dad, nobody want to give me nothing. Yeah. Your credit is never too bad to fix. I'm telling you, you can start right now. Don't think it's so bad. It's not never. No, it can be fixed. Everything can be fixed. If my credit can be fixed, everybody's credit can be fixed.
That's what's up. And what's the name of your credit company?
Finances with Jasmine.
Finances with Jasmine. I'm asking this, and I'm gonna ask again at the end, but just so people can know, because I want to put it out there so they'll know. And after so we have the nursing, and you still do the nursing. Mm-hmm. You have the scrubs, and you have the financing. And what came after that?
What came after that was the post-op nursing. It's basically when girls go have surgery, they can have they can have somebody go with them. Basically, because I don't know. So when you have surgery, wherever you have it at, you're supposed to stay there for however many days, 5 to 10 days. They don't send you a nurse, so you basically taking care of yourself, or if you have a loved one, they taking care of you. So I was just like, it would be good to have somebody that know what's going on and know what to look for. Keep a check on your vital signs. So I was like, I like doing that too. So that's how that came about. I was like, I like doing it, and I ended up doing it for like 2 of my friends. So that's when I started that.
And I would assume, pretty sure that's something where, based on, like maybe, of course, like with your friends, you may either, do it off of love or off of price, but you can really set your own price for that depending on who the person is. So that's definitely one. And it's not something that is going to happen every day, but, it's going to always be available to you. So that's definitely a plus on having that. And anything, I know you said you have the Airbnb hosting. Is that what came after that?
Yeah, so that's what came last, and hopefully I'll be able to just relax for a little bit. With all that going on, I actually get to, I get to chill, so I ain't complaining. I'm thankful. So I ended up started doing Airbnb because I travel a lot. So I was like, I'm going to all these different places and I always stay Airbnb. And I was like, that's a good idea because a lot of people, sometimes they, like for instance, I have a lady that ended up wanting to book it for maybe like 2 months. And like I said, I just started. And I was like, that's kind of crazy because she was like the second person that asked me that because with travel nursing, a lot of times you go to different states and you get a contract, but you don't want to rent an apartment because you only gonna be there 8 weeks.
Right.
So I was like, you know what, that'll be good because I know a lot of people that travel and take contracts and they don't want to just, get a whole nother 15-month lease. So that's when I started Airbnb, which I just started at, and it's really been going good. I'm already looking to get my second one right now. So
and that's what's up. That's something that I've thought about as well, like because like it's not new, but it's becoming more popular. You know what I'm saying? Like of the Airbnb. I think especially as far as like just traveling in general, I would much rather stay in the Airbnb,
right,
than a hotel. You pay roughly the same amount, but you get more privacy, more freedom to do what you want to do. So I think that's very, very a very smart investment. I think all of these investments, because that's what they are. You had to invest in yourself at some point. Are smart. Like you able to do it at your own pace. Like it's not something that you just have to continuously check on, even though you still, probably still, learning and getting better at. It's not something you have to. Once you know it,
right.
like once you have the Airbnb, you have it. Now it's just on you managing and things like that. Where is your Airbnb?
In Charlotte. So I have a 1-bedroom studio apartment in Charlotte. It's 15 minutes from Carowinds. I think it's 20 minutes. I can't remember exactly how far it is from the stadium, but it's in a nice neighborhood. It's a locked unit. You can't get in and out without a code. It's really nice. I like it. I actually I'm always up there. I just like being up there in Charlotte. Like it's just so much, it's different from here in Raleigh. So it's really nice. It's doing really good. For me to have just started, it's consistent with bookings. I might have one day in between, and I try to block that one day off so I can go, make sure ain't nothing broke. Just lay my eyes on it. I have someone to go clean it, but I'm like, I want to see, what's going on. So I try to go, pretty regular to keep an eye on it.
That's what's up. So is that, just so we make sure, that's the last or the most recent business venture?
Yeah, that's the last one for right now.
Okay. So with all these different things that you started, that you still have going on, that you own, what have you learned about yourself as a businesswoman, especially from the beginning until like now?
From the beginning, it was more of, I would say, I can't, it sounds crazy, but it was like in the beginning, I was more nurtured, like I was sheltered and more spoiled in the business aspect. Like I didn't really have to do much because I knew, like, if something go wrong, then my boyfriend was gonna be like, well, here, let me fix it. Like, because when I first started my first business, and then something ended up happening, and it was just like, okay, it's you now. Like, you don't have nobody over you. We're gonna see what you're gonna do. It's just you. You don't have nobody to go talk to for advice. It's just you. So when I started doing my scrub line, like with just me, nobody to, ask for advice or nothing like that, I was like, you know what? Like, you pretty good at it. Like, you good. So like when I got comfortable doing that, I was like, okay, I can do this. So it really gave me the confidence to know, like, anything I want to do, I can do it with just me. Like I don't always have to have. I think it blinked off.
Yeah, you good.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so yeah, I was just basically like, it gives you, the confidence to do whatever you want to do. So that's what I got out of it. I'm like, I know I'm a mom, I know I'm a nurse, I do all this stuff, but at the same time, I still can go out and try this, or if that don't work, I'm gonna try this. Like I know that if regardless, something is gonna work for me. So it's like I just have the confidence, like I can just do whatever I want to do, really.
That's what's up. So the growth aspect is a big part. You know, having to you know spread your wings and know like the only thing I can fall back on now is jazz. So
right.
And a lot, but that's a big thing because a lot of people, once they go to that point, that's when you see either they're gonna sink or they're gonna swim because they don't have no floaties no more. It's on you. So are you gonna do it or you're not? So again, I salute you because every time I look up, it's like she taking off again, like, and it's working. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely think that's real dope. As far as women, business owners and entrepreneurs and things like that, what would be like your best advice to someone who wants to get into either you know something like you're doing or it's any type of business, you know, because in the business world can be a real grimy, you know, nasty place if you don't know what's going on and what to look for, and especially it's sad to say, you know, when it comes to, you know, women and younger women, especially because they appear to seem naive, even though they may not be, and they can get taken advantage of. What it would be your advice to a younger woman or a woman that's just, you know, hey, I've been doing this job, but I want to step out on my own and do something. What would you tell them?
So I actually talk to a lot of girls like that, and I always tell them like, don't quit because everybody not supporting you. Don't quit because one week you might want to sell clothes, but one week you only sell one dress. Like, don't quit because the people that's around you is not supporting you, because they are not going to support you. Right. Like, I had to learn the hard way. I'm like, you know, I'm a nurse. I taught to this person, you know, I'm here. But when it's you and they don't want to feel like, I don't want to help her get better than me. I don't want to help her be better. That's just the mindset that women have. I don't understand why, but do not quit. Like, just because this person not supporting you or you feel like it's not going good this week, wait till next week. Because I've seen times with my uniforms when I first started, like I had my first batch of uniforms for maybe like 2 months. And then after them 2 months, when I started going to different places, it was people I didn't know. Yeah. It wasn't people that I knew. It was people that I didn't know. And then once the people I did know, you know, started seeing my stuff moving, then they was like, oh, well, I want to buy it. I'm like, you know, I see you every day. You know, we work together. But just don't quit because you feel like the people that you want to support you is not supporting you. They're not going to.
Yeah. And I think that's as true as it can be, even though, you know, that's just something for some reason we hate to accept because you feel like I would support this person if the shoe was on the other foot, or I have supported this person, or if when the shoe was on the other foot. But when it's your turn to try to get that support, you just naturally look for support closer to where you are because those are the people you know. But I think that's the best advice, to just don't every time, you know, if I read books or I look at interviews of like, you know, entrepreneurs or, you know, just people who have got to the top of whatever they do, that's the one thing that everybody always says. And that's something that even me with, you know, doing this, something that I just wake up every day and just tell myself, like, no matter what, all you can, like Nipsey said, like, just don't give up. That's the only difference between a lot of people that get to where they want and people that don't, is you chose to keep going, they chose to quit.
Right, exactly. That's it. They got, you know, like I said, a lot of times I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna be done. But it's like, no, like, because I love it. I love designing it. I love when I see girls with my scrubs on or when they tag me. I mean, I just love everything about it. So I was like, you know what, at some point, it's going to start moving faster. So you know what, I'm gonna keep going. And I mean, I didn't quit. I just know that when I go to this building, I'm not gonna promote it as much as I am when I go to this building, because these people, I know all these people. But when I go to this person that don't know me, they're just like, okay, you know, that's cute. That's what you got on. And it sells like just like that. So I'm just like, you know what, it'll work. So just don't quit. Like, regardless of what you go through, you might have to stop or slow down, but don't quit.
Yeah, that's definitely the realest advice people can give. But now I know, as easy as you make it look, for anybody that has this many businesses and also a mother, shout out my boy MJ. it has to be sometimes where it's like either overwhelming or you feel like you don't have enough hours in the day and things like that. So how did you get good at because you have to be good at time management to be able to do this type of stuff, or you just don't sleep. But how did you get so good at being able to manage your time? Because that's something that is very hard for a lot of people to do, even with less things on their plate, is managing their time.
With me, so like I said, as a nurse, like that was the first thing that I knew when it came time. I was gonna put that on the back burner because I love it, but I'm still working for somebody else. I still have to go in when you tell me I have to be there at 7. I still have to stay till whatever time I got to stay. So I was just nursing as a backup. Like that's my cushion. Like at the end of the day, I know if I need to go make such and such, I'm gonna pick these shifts up, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make that. So with me having all my different businesses, sometimes I might not go to work for a month. I mean, that's just being real. Like sometimes I might not work because I have to do this on this day. I have to check this. I have to make sure this come in. I have to make sure that come in. Then I have my son. He do sports. He's in school, so it's like it's so much. And sometimes I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not gonna go work for nobody else today. Today I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna check credit. I'm gonna make sure my orders are right. I'm gonna fill orders. Just whatever I need to do, I make sure I do that first. So I end up hiring somebody to help me with my credit business because that was running like neck and neck with my school. So I'm just like, what in the world? I'm only one person. Yeah. So I end up hiring somebody, that I actually trust. She's really, really good. She keep me, you got this day. And so it's like my assistant. She's really good with helping. So I just had to get some help. And I had to put what wasn't important on the back burner. So, like, for instance, this week, I don't really have a lot going on. So I might go to work. I might, pick some shifts up. And I might go to work. Yeah. So it just depends. Like I say, it depends on what I got going on. Then I'll go to work because, like I said, I do want to keep my skill set accurate. I do want to keep my nursing license active. So I do work. I'm still a nurse. I just work around it.
That's good though. When you have to remind people that you still have your day job, that means you're doing something right though. So hey, keep going. I also know that people that like to get into different things, it's hard, even though you probably say, well, I'm good right now. It's hard to just say, all right, I'm good, I'm content. So I know it's got to be something on your mind that's like, I think I want to try this next if I try something. So what is it? I know it is. It's always something.
It is something else.
People that have to, people that are creative and people that want to keep building on whatever their platform or how they look at life. You can't just say, all right, I'm done. I did what I wanted to do. Now I'm just gonna chill. Like, it's always I gotta add something else.
It is. It seems small, but I want to do lash extensions. Like, I don't know why. Like the girl that do my lashes, when I tell you, she made some money. Like, I know she made money because I'm in there every chance I get. Yeah. And I when you like nice things, you pay for it. And I pay maybe like 100 or 120 every 2 weeks. That's just me.
Yeah.
So imagine when you start building up your clientele, and I actually like lashes. So I was just like, girl, that's all you do. Like, I'm real. I love asking questions because I want to know about the money.
Yeah.
So as I got comfortable going there, I was like, you know what? I want to do lashes because you make a lot of money. And she was like, yeah, So, I be talking to her, and she actually was telling me that she could get me certified, but I haven't took that step yet because I'm just like, where in the world am I finding time to actually use an hour to do somebody's lashes, one person, let alone 10. So I'm like, I got to second guess that, but that's something that I really, really, really want to do so bad.
Yeah. And I'm sure we'll be seeing lashes by Jazz soon. So just stay tuned. But I knew that was a question that I definitely wanted to ask because I just know once you look at certain people and you start to study how people think and move, people that are always building on, that's just something that's just in them. Like, it's just not going to stop. You're going to figure out how to put those 10 people or maybe even 5, however you have to do it in your schedule because it's something you want to do. And one thing that stood out throughout this whole conversation was everything that you said that you've done since you started nursing. You said that you love it and you like it. I think that's important for everybody because a lot of people are doing stuff that they hate to do or they don't want to do anymore, but they feel like that's the only thing I got right now. And they dread waking up and going to work and doing everything like that.
Yes, that's horrible. Like I don't think nobody gonna be happy doing something they hate doing. Like it's not gonna work. You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be depressed. And you're gonna be mean to other people. It's not gonna work. You got to love what you do.
That's a fact. I like that. You gotta live what you do. That's real. One more question. As far as ownership, because that's what we talked about here.
Right.
No matter what the avenue is. And our community, that's something that we see is growing. A lot of more people are becoming entrepreneurs, especially, back home and things like that. And it's real dope to see that, because for so long we didn't see anybody owning anything. Like now we see everybody, childhood friends, parents, like shout out to your mom, everybody is owning things. So as someone who is in that ownership lane, what is the best information you ever got about ownership from anybody?
For my mom, because my mom actually helped me with my first business, because she, has her own food truck. You got to have an account. You got to have an account, and regardless if you're making $1 or $100, you got to have somebody that can help you keep track of your money. You need to know where your money going. And if you own everything, a lot of people might say, for instance, if you get a boutique, you buy your clothes. As soon as you get the money, you're spending the money as you're getting it. So when it's time for you to buy a whole nother batch of clothes, you using your money. So you're not really making any because you're not saving. You have to save. Like, I don't care what you got to do, what's gonna get turned off. Do not touch your savings account. Do not touch your business money. Do not touch your business money. Until you see profit, don't touch it.
I think that's the best advice, or it's up there, hey, because don't nothing move without the money, So
right.
That's some good advice, and hopefully one day I get your mom up here too, for real. Whenever I slide back home, I want to do some in-person interviews, so there might be one if we can set that
She'll
up.
do it. My mama, she loves to talk. She'll do it.
Yeah, that's my homie. That's my homie. Before we go, I asked are there any other things? Tell everybody, I know take your time, make sure, but like where can they reach out to you for whatever business, social media, things like that, so they'll know how to contact you?
So I'm on Facebook, Jasmine Loving MJ Roberts. There is the link to my Scrubs for Us apparel. It's a Facebook page on Facebook. You can actually go there and buy uniforms. My finances with Jasmine is the link up there also. Post-op care, I don't really have a page for that because people just DM me, whenever they need it. I have an Instagram. It's called Nurse to CEO 21. I'm rarely on Instagram, but Facebook definitely. And like I said, my Facebook has the links to everything I'm doing, including my Airbnb. Like I said, the Airbnb is in Charlotte. It's a nice, place. That's on Airbnb. You can just, search Charlotte, and I'm sure it'll come up.
Okay.
But that's about it.
All right, and it'll be added to the video too, so they'll have it up there.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything else. I appreciate your time. I know we had talked about this probably a couple months ago, but I wanted to have you up here because seeing people that I know doing like dope shit it's just amazing to me, because everybody, like, we grown, right. We grown now. It's like, yo, that's dope to see somebody I know with all these business, because I'm the type, if I know somebody that I met in my career or whatever, hey, I'm going to Charlotte this weekend. Hey, you need an Airbnb? I know somebody who has one. Hey, I know somebody who's good at credit, and I would rather refer them to somebody I actually know. Right. If I'm gonna have a conversation and refer somebody, I might as well put money in somebody that I know pocket.
Right.
Instead of
Yep.
for so long we've had to put money in everybody in other people's pockets and make them rich. Now I'd rather make my friends rich. Like that's the ultimate goal. Like I care about my friends' kids. I don't know these billionaires' kids.
Right, they already rich. We're trying to get there.
Exactly. So I definitely salute it, and that's why I wanted to have you on. So to try to put some spotlight on it and just have a conversation about it and learn something, because I always learn something about it. I appreciate you. I salute I salute you on all your current endeavors and your future endeavors. I like I said, I already know it's gonna be something else coming down the line. It's gonna work. Like that's I haven't seen anything not work yet.
Thank God.
And that's the most important part. You attack everything and you get it done and you make it work. So keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep your blueprint. Keep inspiring other women, because even if they tell you or not, they are learning from you and they're taking away from what you do, because they see it and they don't have any choice but to see it. So keep doing that. And just keep going. I'm always here as a friend, of course. Anything else comes up, we'll just run it back and do another one, sit down, talk about it, and keep going from there.
Okay, we sure will. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me up here.
No doubt. This is another episode of Quality Time Podcast, and we are out of there.
They ask for greatness, I promise perfection. Mama birthed the king, immaculate conception. I survived in the darkness and the shadows of death. And through all that I prospered, they formed every weapon, but I came so thorough. Never changed my wardrobe, took every scar with honor. I was raised in the burrow, now I'm giving to me from the belly of the beast. I'm just paying respects, I'm just speaking my